What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Whisperers. I'm Kevin.
I'm Nick.
And tonight we are going on our second episode series, part of our series, tasting whiskey for $15 or less is our price point. And so, if you caught our last episode, which was Black Velvet Reserve, we did a review on that, so definitely go check that out. But tonight we are actually going to try Rich and Rare Reserve. And so this bottle was, what, $13?
I think it was $12.95.
Yeah.
Yep.
So right around there. So not a bad price point. So, you know, our goal for this series is to try different cheaper whiskeys and see what's out there. And
see if there are
good.
some good cheap ones.
Because sometimes you get what you pay for, and so.
And sometimes you don't. Sometimes
exactly.
you may buy a really expensive bottle thinking, well, it's expensive, so I'm gonna really like it, and then you try it and you're like, this is not for me. So.
Yep. And you waste a whole bottle of really good scotch or something. That really sucks. So, but anyway, so tonight we're gonna try this. Do you know anything about Rich and Rare at all?
I don't know much. Honestly.
Okay. I did a little research just because I'm not really familiar with Rich and Rare, but it looked good in the store, so I thought, we'll try it. This Rich and Rare has won several medals. Silver medal in LA International Wine and Spirits Competition, bronze medal in San Francisco Wine and Spirits Competition, and very good 89 points, an Ultimate Spirits Challenge. So those are some impressive,
Yeah. I mean, they're not golds or double golds, which you can find in the store, but I mean, definitely respectable especially for the price. So.
Absolutely. So, we thought, well, let's give it a shot. So, let's try it.
Okay. What are the tasting notes?
So what the website tells me is tasting notes on the nose is peppery spice with toffee and caramel to balance out sweetness. On the palate, you're going to get sugar cane, candied fruit with a peppercorn finish. Soft and lingering with baking spices and a touch of smoke. So I guess let's try to find that out. So also, if you guys have all tried this, it doesn't smell too bad. If you've tried this, and that's a beautiful color, by the way, let us know what you think of it. Some of you might not like it. Some of you might really enjoy this one. Or if you're wanting to know what other brands taste like, drop a comment down below, like and subscribe to our channel, because we'd love to hear from you, and we definitely want to get some feedback and stuff that we do. So
now this is a blended whiskey. I couldn't find how long it's been aged, but it definitely has been aged a little while because it wouldn't have that color otherwise.
That's a really, really pretty color.
A little yellow, kind of caramely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can y'all see that out in your YouTube land? How nice and crisp it looks. So.
Really not much cloudiness. It's pretty transparent.
So right off the top, even without reading that description that I read earlier, I'm picking up definitely a toffee and vanilla.
It reminds me of like the image I'm getting is graham cracker.
Really?
Yeah.
Graham cracker.
Yeah. Almost that cinnamony nutmeg spice with that sweetness of maybe like honey.
Yeah. Almost kind of reminds me of like if I'm going to just go off the nose a bit, it's like a toffee bar. It's kind of what I'm kind of picking up. Yeah, has a really good, as you can see, it's got a nice leg to it. So must be a little bit of full bodied there.
Drips a bit faster than some
other ones, yeah. But nevertheless, it's got.
So maybe relatively light.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, maybe not full bodied then.
Just maybe mild, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not like a super stay in your mouth feel.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. Well, cheers. Let's try this.
Down the hatch. Don't waste the batch.
I don't know about that one.
Wow. Tasting it really drove home that graham cracker for me. Like, that's exactly like how I picture the flavor profile of this whiskey.
It's interesting. I didn't get a whole lot up front, like it's stated. Mine was more towards the back of the palate, and then the finish. And really, it mentioned peppercorn finish. I really didn't get that, because I always think of a peppercorn as being a little bit more bitey, if you will. But it's not bitey. It's actually a really short finish for me, and it's quite smooth. But I did pick up the floral notes that they talked about right on the back end. And for me, it was the toffee again. It was like the toffee floral kind of aspect of it. So I'm gonna try another dram here.
For whatever reason, I'm not tasting toffee. I'm not really tasting floral either. Must just be a difference in our palates. But I think, at least for me, like, just that comparison, I think, is definitely where I'm at with this one.
Yeah. I mean, for the price point, I'm pleasantly surprised, because you just never know what you're going to get when you pay for something, this inexpensive. But honestly, I mean, it's not a bad whiskey at all.
No,
I mean, yeah. And compared to the Black Velvet Reserve, this one actually has more notes that you can pick up.
Yes. This one is by far more flavorful than the other one. Not that the other one was bad, it just didn't have a lot of character to it.
Yeah, it was very one note, very, very run-of-the-mill, kind of like, oh, okay. With this one, I'm getting a lot more notes that I can pick up, whether it's front or the back palate, and so it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
it's got a sweetness to it.
A little bit of sweetness, but it's not sickening sweet like a dessert kind of thing. But it definitely has some good taste to it.
Solid. I'm pleasantly surprised once again.
Yeah, absolutely. So this kind of proves to me that it doesn't matter what the price point, whether it's $5 on the bottle or $120.
Well, maybe not $5, but
okay, maybe not $5. That's an exaggeration, but $8 at least, because that's the lowest I've seen of a whiskey, up to $120. It can run the gamut, whether you like it or you don't. So everybody's different, and this is our opinion of this brand and this whiskey. But let us know what you think, and try it for yourselves, because it's just what we're saying here. But definitely go out and try it and see what you think, and let us know what you think about it down there in the comments below, because we'd love to hear from you. And
so, in regards to the last tasting, which was also a Canadian whiskey, and this is a Canadian whiskey, of course. This one is better.
Yep.
This would be my choice between those two.
Yep.
Also, going back to the last tasting, I was being pretty generous with my score. I tried it again afterwards on ice with my whiskey ice ball and everything. And I even did another one of these tastings. And I'm gonna convert my score on that one.
You're gonna go back. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough.
Which, it's our channel. I can do what I want.
That's right. Do what I want.
I would definitely mark it down a point lower than I did.
Okay.
Overall.
So it's a 2.5.
A 2.5.
All right. That's fair.
Right in the middle. Smack dab in the middle.
Okay.
This, especially after, having the other one a couple more times and then now having this as a comparison tasting, this would be a 3.5 for me, and I would not change that score no matter what.
So you went a point higher on this one than you did. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Because there's a lot more to pick up on this.
Yeah.
The other one, I didn't mention this in the last tasting, but what kind of came to my mind as I tried it a little bit more was like a burnt marshmallow. Like, you know how that tastes. That was the image that came to my mind when I tried the Black Velvet Reserve again.
Now, didn't you also say when it was on ice, you tasted it and it almost was like either an artificial vanilla or maybe like a toasted vanilla bean or I don't know, of some
Just
sort.
tasted like burnt.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the best comparison as a visualization would be a marshmallow that caught on fire and then you blew it out. And not that it was, I mean,
and some
a lot of people
like that.
People like marshmallows that are burnt, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, that's just the only like actual characteristic of that one that I could actually describe.
Sure.
Otherwise, there wasn't much flavor to it at all.
Yeah.
So
that's okay. I mean,
and I'd much rather have a graham cracker than a burnt marshmallow. So.
Hey, maybe the next one will be chocolate and we'll have a s'more.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe, you never know. So
yeah, 3-5 for me on this one.
3-5. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I gave my Black Velvet Reserve a 3 last time, and that was like simple. I don't know, just because it was smooth. That's why I gave it a 3.
Yeah, the other one was smooth.
It was.
I
It
will
was
give
smooth.
it that.
But I'm gonna give this one a 3.5, only because it does have more. I don't know, flavor to it. You can pick up more notes, and to me that's more enjoyable because each time you drink a sip of this or whatever, you start picking up different flavors and different notes. And I'm guessing that when you put this on ice, you're going to find a different note of another flavor that they have used.
Yeah.
So I'm going to definitely give this a 3.5.
One thing that is that we need to be considerate of is when we give a 3.5 to this, that's not the same as giving a 3.5 to something that's 3 or 4 times more expensive than this.
Sure.
So if we do that for a more expensive whiskey, and then we were to compare that more expensive whiskey to this, there wouldn't be, at least thus far, a comparison to us at least. So a 3.5 for a far more expensive whiskey is a stronger score than a 3.5 for a cheaper whiskey.
Yep.
Because we're basing our scores on sort of the price range too.
Yep.
So this would be a 3.5 for the price range that we were looking at as far as whiskeys go. So
yeah, no, but honestly, I would definitely consider this if you're wanting to have a budget-friendly whiskey to try and or mix drinks with. This might make a really good old-fashioned, or whatever. So definitely give it a whirl. Let us know what you think.
I think it'd make a good whiskey sour, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. So with that, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure you drop a comment down below and give us some feedback. And also let us know what you want us to try next because we would love to hear from you. So with that,
once we get through the series, we don't know what we're going to do next.
Exactly. So definitely let us know your feedback because we'd love to know what we're going to try. And we'll read our comments and make sure we try some of those things. So with that, thanks for tuning in. Drink responsibly. And once again, we'll see you next time on the Whiskey Whisperers.